So, my university decides, hey, you're obviously having too much fun, have 10 assignments all due in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, that's why there's been such a big gap between this video and the last one. But anyway, that's all done, so welcome back to the Fire Emblem Awakening playthrough. Last time, yeah, big plot things happened. We found out that Malefafar is Mary Sue's father, that there are 2 Mary Sues, and that, Crom's daughter from the future is unfortunately also Mary Sue's. So, the world is basically doomed. This time, now, originally I was planning on actually doing one of the children paralogs here, but I'm not going to do that because I want to wait until Mary Sue learns a particular skill. So we're actually going to be taking on a main story chapter this time. First though, I just want to show something. Off camera, I actually grinded Frederick and Sumia up to an S support. Now, this doesn't affect the story of my playthrough because Sumia is still considered to be dead. However, I do want to show every chapter in the game, and I have to show this paralog. But the other reason why I did this is unlocking... Yeah, just so happens that unlocking Cordelia's paralog and Sumia's paralog actually lets you access Lissa's child's paralog much earlier than you normally would be able to. And I want this because normally I'd have to actually play quite a bit further ahead in order to even get this one, and this is actually one of the easiest child paralogs to do, so I want to recruit Lissa's child as soon as possible. And again, the easiest way to do it is to actually unlock Cordelia's child paralog and Sumia's. So, the child paralogs are a bit weird. If you look at the bottom screen map, you might notice that we have a little green dot out in the middle of nowhere on another continent. That is actually Maribel's child's paralog, but we can't actually get to it at this point because we don't have the chapters required to access it from the world map. Yeah, I think it's gonna be weird like that. Before we go on, though, we have some supports from the last chapter. Thankfully, okay, there's actually quite a few of them, but, let's firstly do Gregor and Olivia A. Wow, they're up to A already. That's actually pretty fast.
Oh.
I have a feeling Olivia's supports are faster in general with most people because she joined so late, but, anyway. Believe me, Olivia's the last person who would be making with the yelling.
You alright?
Olivia, you don't have any staff using classes at the moment.
What?
Yes.
Well, that makes sense, though.
Good grieving.
Sorry.
Ow! Okay, now this line is actually part of the reason why I wanted to even do these supports in the first place. Yeah, one time Gregor's leg fell off, but he saw it back on.
No.
This support must be really awkward if Olivia or Gregor are already married to other people. Just saying. Well, Gregor does have very high HP and
No.
pretty good defense for a mercenary, so... Yeah, one of the dedicated healers might do a better job at this than Olivia. I mean, Olivia can heal as a Falcon Knight, but I'm nowhere near getting her into that class.
Nonsense.
And yeah, I'm mainly doing this pairing just because I like the supports. Because, well, I'll go into the actual gameplay details of this pairing later, but anyway. We also, just to continue the theme of romantic supports, have Donald and Noe's A.
Yes!
Well, finally.
Amazing.
Listen.
Left from here. Okay, it's actually kind of funny because I sometimes find myself describing directions as left and right rather than east and west.
Huh?
Nope.
Now, left of Yllis would be Valm, and all the way left of Valm, yeah, that would be quite a way away. Then again, though, most of the Divine Dragons are from Arcania, which is Yllis, so this implies Noe is actually from somewhere that isn't Arcania. But yeah, for someone who acts so upbeat all the time, Noe's backstory is incredibly depressing. Seriously, look at her supports with Tharia if you want to be really depressed. In fact, now that I think about it, Yggdrasil, I think I'm pronouncing that right, it's from Yggdrasil, the Norse world tree, the continent from Fire Emblem 4. Where is that in relation to Arcania? Could it be possible that Noe's actually from there?
Hey.
Really?
I owe you.
Okay.
And that was an abrupt tangent.
Shoo-wee. Yeah.
Donnie, watch out when you're doing that, because, we have a rabbit who's on our side, so...
Thanks.
I really like this pairing. It's just so heartwarming in general. But yeah, I normally have them to an S by now, but, I'm, yeah, not abusing Donnie nearly as much as I usually do in this run, because I want things to actually look interesting. And also, Virion and Shersh B, we actually unlocked this back in the last chapter. We could have viewed this right after the sea if we wanted to, but yeah, that would have been way too much Shersh and Virion for one chapter, really.
My.
Oh, of course.
No.
But these supports are particularly relevant to the point the story is at now.
No.
Of course, leave it to Virion to turn the conversation onto this topic.
Well...
But yeah, Virion is... well, he can be serious sometimes.
Ah, yes.
Oh, please tell me this is going to be something reasonable. Well, yeah, this is a different topic to what I thought he would be promising. Interesting. Oh, ouch. Oh. Ouch. Yeah, I really think that Shersh is probably the only one who's actually kind of a match for Virion, so yeah. He kind of got owned there. Now we have Henry and Ricken, a support that I was grinding before, and I would have preferred a critical out of that Ruin Tome, Henry, but oh well. In the last chapter, but we have this support. Now, this is probably all you'll be seeing of Henry's support in this playthrough. I just don't like the way the localization handled him, but I will say this. In general, this support was actually quite well done, and I wish the rest of Henry's supports were like this.
Oh, hey.
I've been hearing this theme a lot lately. Yeah, thanks for coming to Ricken's rescue by not criticaling with a tome with 50% critical.
Phew.
Well, Ricken, you're a pretty good mage at this point too. And are you forgetting Muriel as well? Then again, I tend to find myself forgetting Muriel quite a lot, but yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, Henry did used to work for Gangrel. Well, okay, here's the thing. There's a flaw in Henry's theory. He doesn't have a goatee, so he could never be a generic enemy dark mage.
Really?
Yeah, did the purple clothes not clue you in? Something to note is the eye pattern on Henry's outfit, it's the same one the Avatar has in their robes, which, spoilers, yeah, spoils that they're from Plegia. Although people actually guessed that before this game even came out. The moment they saw the Avatar, they were like, hey, the Avatar's probably connected to Plegia, and it turns out that was true.
Special delivery.
Well, you... Okay, I severely contest the claim that you were the good guys in Chapter 10. I mean, anyway. Well, Henry does have supports with Frederick, and they're not treasonous in the slightest, really. They're actually kind of bizarre. Frederick almost ends up treating Henry like a son.
Hey.
Yeah, well, I mean, people in our army do spar with each other all the time, and I mean, Lonku did hold a sword to Gregor's throat a few chapters ago, and he seemed to be fine with it, so, yeah, people in our army fighting each other is kind of normal.
Oh.
Again, you could do the whole sparring thing that's so common in this army.
Yes, sir.
Now, that isn't the main reason why I wanted to do this support chain. It's the B support that's really significant, but we'll be seeing that one quite a bit later. Might as well just quickly run through the barracks while we're at it. I hope I didn't miss any characters' birthdays, actually, because I haven't shown a birthday on camera. Okay, firstly, we have a conversation between one character who is dead. Another conversation between a character who is dead. Wow, they really want to show Sumiya here, don't they? Okay, no Sumiya, good. Oh. Interesting. Well, I guess since Lissa's using offensive magic... Okay, oh, that's lucky! That's very lucky! Hey! More, boost to that sibling support. And once again, another Sumiya conversation. What is it with this game trying to do that? No one got any stat boosts, so I was kind of hoping for that. And Crom and Lissa didn't gain enough for another support. Now, okay, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but you can actually buy Master Seals from the shop at Port Ferox, so you never need to worry about running out of Master Seals. I mean, not that the game doesn't give you enough of them already. Now, one thing that I don't think I've mentioned yet is the Carrion Isle shop. It sells some pretty powerful magic. It's the first place we'll be able to buy the L tomes, and also Nosferatu, which is actually incredibly good. I'm actually going to go and shop here for a moment, because and hi Dixon. Our mages... See, look at this. Mary Sue is definitely running low on magic, so I'm going to get her an L Thunder. And let's see, Muriel, okay, you need... okay, now, what I'm going to do before this next chapter is I'm going to buy L Wind tomes for all of my mages, and you'll see why when we actually enter the chapter, but I guess an L Thunder for you. When your skill gets high enough, the accuracy reduction from Thunder is really no big deal at all, and the extra power and critical rate just makes it so much better than everything else in this game. Okay... Lissa, your wind tome is... you can't use anything higher. Okay. Riken, I'm going to give you another L-Wind, because you need to replace your old one, and I think that's... oh, okay, there's Henry as well. Actually, I should... if I'm not using him, I may as well take his L-Fire tome. And Tharia, I will get you an L-Wind, because I'm buying L-Winds for everyone, and that should be enough. Also, we've got a couple of merchants. You have a silver sword. I should probably take you up on that offer, actually. Silver sword. May as well buy the silver lance while I'm here. You know what? I find buying stat boosters to be kind of cheap, so I won't buy that that Seraph robe. You. Actually, that hammer could be really useful lately, and Libra's ward staff is running out, and that actually, I said it wasn't useful when I first got it. It's actually, the opposite of what I said. It's actually quite good sometimes, and you don't have anything useful. So, any more merchants? No. Okay, so with that done, I think after a bit of inventory management, we can pretty much go ahead and start this chapter. So I'll see you after a bit of a rearrangement of everyone's inventory. Okay, so I didn't really do all that much. Okay, for Vake, his inventory is looking fine. I actually swapped out his Volant Axe for the one that Shursh had, because... Of all the people in this chapter, he's probably going to be using it more. If Shersh gets a chance to use it, it's probably not going to be too many times, so 2 uses on 1 is probably fine. But you definitely do want to make sure that before you go into this next chapter, all of your axe users have hammers. Hammers are going to be very, very, very important, so I've made sure that both Vake and Cordelia have hammers. Lucina, I just gave her a vulnerary, just in case. Mary Sue's inventory is pretty much fine. Actually, we're running majorly low on lances in general, but I think Cordelia should be fine. Gaius, I gave him Gregor's Armor Slayer, because Armor Slayer is also going to be very useful in this next chapter. I bought Libra a new men's staff, because his current one is running out. And as for everyone else, okay, Ricken's fine. I swapped out Shersh's hand axe for Orson's hatchet because, well, why not? It's slightly better than a hand axe. Nowhere near as good as the Poogie from Orson's own game, but oh well. Also, Virion. Okay, now might be a good time to get rid of this slack bow. I have no idea why he still has that. And replace it with the longbow that we picked up in the previous chapter. Actually, might as well take the silver bow as well. Let's see. Can probably get rid of the steel bow, and then take the silver bow. Oh, we have Ainz's bow. And yeah, that's a pretty insane hit rate. But, superior bow won't be too useful, but let's just say that Virion is gonna really shine in this next chapter, hopefully, and the longbow might be very useful, so, gone ahead and, pick that up. So, with all of that out of the way, time to continue into the open sea for Flames on the Blue. This chapter's kind of interesting because its name is pretty awesome in both languages. The Japanese name of this chapter is Dancing Flames on the Blue Sea, which is possibly even more awesome. So, Mary Sue is back. Yeah, well, this fleet's probably filled with evil ships, considering who runs Plegia now. There's a lot of things Crom never fancied himself as. Diplomat, a sea captain, even a father. Well, that would make getting places a pain.
Listen.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mary Sue already altered history way more than necessary with disastrous results.
Huh? Yes.
Now, this bit is actually interesting. So, some people seem to think that the English version of the cutscene where Lucina saves Crom there is a bit inaccurate when she says, "I'm about to save your life." Yeah, Crom wouldn't have actually died there had she not intervened, he would have just been gravely wounded. But those wounds would have led to him dying later, so in a way she did indirectly save his life.
Oh. But don't you see?
Yeah. Lucina really, in the end, all she managed to do was stall it, but Emerin still died. Then again, the way she died certainly had a lot more significance in this timeline than, presumably in the last one, she was just unceremoniously assassinated, and then, yeah, things would have gone even worse. My guess is Valadar would have blamed it on Gangrel and the Plegians, and the war would have been even worse, and, yeah. Yes, the future, after all, has a tendency to refuse to change. Well, not if we're all helping with it.
No.
Yeah, and unlike a certain situation in Radiant Dawn where it's impossible to save a certain character, but on a New Game Plus you can, that is not the case with Emerin's death.
Yes.
Don't be so sure that you saved him, though. I get this feeling I may have had a weird dream where something kinda bad happened to Crom. Yeah, or Crom could just get flute critical by someone.
Listen,
And the big question. Murdered by someone dear to him. I wonder who that could be. Yes, I wonder who that could be.
you alright?
Oh.
Yeah, that's totally not suspicious at all. We're keeping an eye on you, Mary Sue. Notice how Lucinda didn't say anything there. You know, I'm actually partly wondering if she took the name Marth to disguise the fact that she was actually Crom's descendant, because if Grima found out about that, then he would definitely want to wipe out someone with the bloodline of Naga. And I think they've mentioned this before, but this game is the first, I think, official English Fire Emblem game that actually mentions Marth's title, the Hero King. He was always called that in the Japanese version as well, but yeah, this is the first Fire Emblem officially released in English that actually mentions that. And of course, that's a good thing, because Lucina is actually way stronger than Marth was. Not that the people who made Smash Bros. 4 took that into account, but that's a rant for another time. Let's just hope that Mary Sue didn't have a hand in choosing that name.
Good.
And believe me, she does have strength. You're about to see just how amazing she is.
My lord.
Yeah, so we have equal ships, but apparently that's not good news. Frederick, what? Have you been even paying attention to what game you're in? This is Fire Emblem. We're always vastly outnumbered, and yet we still win easily all the time. Yeah, quality over quantity is the big thing in Fire Emblem. Frederick, you should have known that by now. Yeah, you know, that actually doesn't matter because all of our soldiers are equal to about 100 of theirs.
Right.
But then again, yeah, there's a chance we could get Zerg rushed and lose someone and have to restart the chapter. Also, hi Flavia, where were you during that last cutscene? And Basilio! Oil. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Hint, hint. I wonder what Mary Sue's planning.
Exactly.
And this makes it Flavia's plan, not Mary Sue's by now.
Hold on.
Yeah, that might not end so well. Well, we could use some pure water on ourselves before that to slightly reduce the damage of being on fire, but that probably wouldn't work overall. Yeah, because all the catapults were in Radiant Dawn, where they sucked. Yeah, that's the problem. If we had demolition ships, this would be easier.
I see.
Oh no. Run for your lives! Mary Sue wants to kill us all! Oh yeah, don't question Mary Sue when she plans to get us all killed. I was right, Frederick was right, to be suspicious. Mary Sue wants to kill us all. Yep, she has that murderous look in her eyes. Yeah, we're all gonna die. That's it, we're doomed.
Crom.
Crom, okay, so your idea of music to your ears is being set on fire and dying horribly.
Alright.
Mary Sue has warped your mind. So, I'm guessing this means a defeat boss mission, and yes it is.
It's all
Nah, he's been leading the assault all the time, it's pretty much fine. But we've got 2 royals this time, we have his daughter too. Yeah, hard to believe you're about to burn them all to death. Destiny is a strange way of getting everyone killed.
No.
What?
All right.
And we have this speech. This is going to be quite important later on in the game, so you might want to take note of this.
Really?
Yeah.
If you're paying attention to chapter titles, these words might sound familiar to you. But if you're not, these invisible ties are very obviously support conversations. Yes, we forge these supports, we strengthen them, and through them, we break the game into a million pieces. Yeah. Honestly, I still think that speech doesn't really hold a candle to Elincia's speech in Path of Radiance. That is such a good speech. I read that a little bit, a little while ago. I was going back and rereading bits of Path of Radiance, and just... Ike's speech is pretty good too, but Elincia's speech before the final chapter, that is such a well-written speech. Oh no.
Are you ready?
Again, remember that conversation before about being murdered by someone you... Oh, who am I kidding? He's not going to realize it. Okay, so, chapter begins. We have a ship chapter this time. So, people who are longtime fans of Fire Emblem will probably recognize this... Well, not fully recognize, but they'll recognize just the general look of this map and just ship chapters in general. I believe Fire Emblem 7 was the first game, Blazing Sword, that had a ship chapter. I know it definitely had one, but I don't think any of the earlier games did. But from then on, they've been pretty much a staple of the series. Sacred Stones had a ship chapter, Path of Radiance had 2 ship chapters back to back, and yeah, so there've been a lot of ship chapters in the series. So, ship chapters, the thing about them is you've often got a lot of wide open sea that only flying units can cross, and the enemy will love to abuse this by throwing lots and lots of flyers at you. They've also upgraded their ranged weapons. They now have short spears instead of javelins, so they're going to hurt a little bit more. The enemies will also attempt to blockade their own ships with armoured units, and they've got a couple of cavaliers to rush us, and a few mages to try and break through our blockades, so this is going to be tricky. There are also some chests here, so I definitely want to bring Gaius. Also this guy. Now, this guy right here, his inventory is a good example of why drops on the higher difficulties can be kind of jerkish, but I'll talk about that more a bit later. Okay, got a few more of them there now. What I want to look at, though, is these generals. Now, at this point in the game, it's possible for random skill allocation to kind of get annoying. If you're playing on hard or above. Now, I've mentioned before that enemies will sometimes have their class skills randomly on hard or above, like how this Pegasus Knight has speed +2. With the generals, it's especially interesting because, okay, this guy doesn't have it. Now, sometimes the generals on this map, as you can see, one of the Great Knights, I think, had a skill. Yeah, this guy here has Indoor Fighter, which is kind of pointless because this is an outdoor map. But sometimes, if you're unlucky, these generals will have Rally Defense. That's a skill that gives a defense buff to all allies within a 3-tile radius, and the AI is smart enough to make good use of these. If these generals get Rally Defense, your job becomes a lot harder here, so I'm glad that none of them did, but that is just luck. If you want to reshuffle enemy skill allocation, you can exit to the world map and enter the chapter again. And believe me, if you're playing on Lunatic Plus, you'll get really used to doing that, because you'll have to do it a lot. But yeah, so none of these generals here have Rally Defense, but in one of my practice attempts they did, and it makes things a lot harder, so just be careful here. Now, we want to, just rearrange things a bit. We definitely want to bring Lucina, because this is her first real battle, and because of that I'm going to bring Mary Sue and Crom as well. I had to bring Crom. Bringing Vake because the hammer is going to be great against all of those armor knights, the Volant axe is going to be great against the Pegasus knights, and I'm bringing Cordelia because flyers are quite useful here. I already mentioned that I want Gaius for the chest, so that means I'm bringing Pan as well, and I haven't, well, I need to get Muriel and Libra supports up a little bit, plus Muriel is looking a little bit under-leveled, so I'm going to go ahead and bring them and use Libra as my main healer. I have 4 more choices here, and I definitely want to bring Shersh and Virion. Mostly because, well, 2 reasons. Shersh is a great tank, and a flyer as well, to boot, and Virion, well, let's just say we're going to be fighting a lot of Pegasus Knights in this chapter. Virion is actually really invaluable here, so bringing him might be a good idea. Also, we are going to be choke pointing a lot in this chapter, so we're bringing Kellum and Tharia. Kellum mostly because of the defense, but Tharia is actually quite good on the defense as well. With that, we have everyone, so let's go ahead and reorder things. What I want is I keep calling her Shersh. Cordelia needs to be as low down as possible. I also want Gaius and Pan as far up as possible. And I also want... Okay, you need to be... Yeah, Kellum needs to go around down there. And where's Virion? Okay, I forget exactly how I ordered people in my practice attempts, but this looks relatively fine. I mostly want Gaius and Pan to be up here, and Libra just needs to be out of range of a lot of things. Virion just needs to get to Shersh immediately, and Shersh just needs to go, I'll explain all this when we actually get into the chapter itself. So, let's go. Here we have the boss of this chapter, Ignatius, and... let me just say, you have a really unfortunate name, considering the strategy that we plan to use against you. Well, there'll be bodies floating on the sea, but they won't be ours. Trust me. So, a defeat boss mission here. And we have the awesome Destiny music again. But I'm going to do what I usually do and make a battle save here so I don't have to go through those cutscenes again. So, see you back here. Okay, so right from the start, you can see a lot of our ship is in enemy attack range due to these annoying Pegasus Knights. We want to thin their numbers as much as possible, and to do that, we are going to put Pan up here. With her Beastbane, hopefully she'll lure at least a couple of these Pegasus Knights in to attack her, and from there, they will most likely end up just getting brutally killed. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair up Crom with Lucina and have Lucina guard this point here, although got to be careful of these mages because they can hit quite hard. With Lucina here, her rapier should be able to take on any Pegasus or Armor Knights that try and attack her, and for extra support I might as well put Mary Sue behind for the additional C-rank support. But the main thing that I want to do here is... actually, I think I may use Tharia for this turn and do a pair up there. Now, we want to, of course, block off this ramp. Otherwise, these Cavaliers are going to be rushing us. But we've got to be careful here because if we use Shersh over here, she's going to get attacked by an Elwind mage, and she really won't like that. But even still, this Elfunder mage is quite bad too. And yeah, we want to lock in the ranges of especially these mages here. Firstly though, to thin out the enemy mages, I'm going to be using Tharia here. And I'm going to be equipping her with Nosferatu to make her a bit more survivable. Next, I am actually going to put Shersh here. The reason why I'm putting her there and not all the way forward is because if I put her one more further forward, this general will be able to attack her. Now, this general actually hits really hard with the silver axe of his. He actually takes off about half of her health, and considering how defensive she is, that's a really big deal. Plus, she'll have also been hit by the Elfunder Mage, so she'll already be hurting, and Elfunder Mage plus General both attacking Shersh likely spells death, so I'm going to put her here and equip Orson's Hatchet. That does greatly block off enemies' avenues of attack here, but we still have to worry about the Pegasus Knights. Speaking of blocking off avenues of attack, we don't want to block off here just yet, because the enemies on this ship won't actually move for a few turns. But what we will do first, though, we're actually going to pair up with Cordelia and have her fly out into the middle of the ocean and try and thin down these Pegasus Knights a little bit. Now, we can't actually switch to Vake in the ocean because he can't walk on water, but hopefully their newly found S support will result in lots of dual strikes. And, yeah, Cordelia's decent defense for a Pegasus Knight means that these enemies aren't going to do much to her. Also, suddenly we're on ice flows. I think this battle map was shown off in trailers and Vake didn't dual strike, that's not a good sign. This was actually shown off in trailers, this battle background, and it looks really nice. I like the ice flows, but anyway, okay, let's see. The Pegasus Knights can't exactly reach us around the middle of the ship, so Libra's going to go here, and I'm actually going to use the Ward Staff. Now, the Ward Staff is actually really important here, so yeah, I was calling it useless before. That's kind of a lie. I definitely want to make sure we minimize magical damage, because actually Tharia's resistance is not all that great either, but Shursha's resistance is fairly bad, so I want to boost that a little bit so that the Elfunder doesn't utterly maul her. Now Marisu will just go here for the support. Now I just gotta hope that everything goes right in this turn, because if things go wrong, they can go very, very badly wrong. Fortunately, I think... Okay, yeah, Nosferatu will be good here. Didn't need that dual strike, but the extra experience for Kellum is always nice. And Tharia, if I do this right, is going to level up a lot here. Actually, resistance might help in a while. Strength, not so much, but resistance may actually help. So, if I didn't equip Nosferatu, there would be a very high chance of Tharia dying here, but here you'll see just how good Nosferatu is when you're tanking. I may have said this before, but they've nerfed Nosferatu to where it only heals half of the damage it dealt and not the full amount of damage it dealt. Even then, though, it's still one of the best tomes in the game.
Do you like darkness?
Well, clearly he didn't like darkness. Okay, that's also very good, and she normally doesn't get this much resistance, so that's actually quite a lucky level up. Okay, now, you're about to see here just how amazing Lucina is.
I challenge my fate!
And there's Lucina's famous line. She was meant to say that in her critical hit line in Super Smash Bros. She says that in the Japanese version, but the English version, weirdly enough, changed the translation to time to change fate, which is a little bit more literal. Okay, now this is annoying. But nice dodge there. Okay, now here's where Tharia gaining resistance is really going to pay off. Or Kellum could just dual guard her, that's good too. Oh, okay. Kellum dual striking there would be kind of useful. Okay, now this is why I use the pure water, and even then she's taking a heck of a lot of damage. Or not! Oh, very unusually dual strikes there. That's kind of bad. Okay, now this is going to be kind of annoying. I actually would like Kellum to dual strike because that, thank you! That Beast Killer will just utterly demolish that Pegasus Knight. And Tharia, you could not handle yourself there because you would not double that Pegasus Knight. Now here's where I'm hoping that they all fall for the bait, the bunny bait, and get slaughtered by Pan. Getting hit is not a good sign, but still. I love not dual strike. I would have wanted dual strike there, but I love Beastbane. It's such an amazing skill in the Valm storyline. And here, we'll see why it's cool that rapiers actually work on Pegasus Knights in this game.
My turn.
Oh! Yeah, like I said, Lucina's kind of going to be outshining Chrom a lot at this point. Also, she's leveling up this quickly because of Veteran. She won't have this skill if the Avatar isn't her mother, so she doesn't usually have this. So that's why she's leveling up so quickly.
It's all right.
Veteran is one of the best skills in the game. I've said that before, but it really is. Oh, wow! Okay, I did not expect Lucina to actually do that. That's good because it means I don't need to heal her with Libra. But that's okay. That is a unique skill that Lucina inherited from Chrom. even though Crom hasn't actually learned it yet. Lucina will always have this skill, no matter what her mother is. Okay, that's good. Or not. Should have equipped the silver axe on Vake. Now, depending on how many of these hit her, Cordelia may not be able to take that much punishment here.
It's fake time.
Oh, yeah, I should have equipped a better axe on Vake.
Who goes first?
Now, I would... Oh, Vake has a hand axe. Of course he's hitting terribly.
My turn.
That was helpful, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think all three of those Pegasus Knights would have died if Vake had equipped the silver axe. That's actually really annoying. Okay, we'll hopefully survive this turn, so once you take out the initial barrage of enemies, this chapter goes pretty smoothly. Funny, she says killing's her job, and she has no access to the assassin class.
Good luck.
You're already dead.
You know, I had a feeling she would crit there. I just knew it was coming. That's why I was silent. I was just like, okay, she's gonna crit there. And wow, she's level 18 already. So yeah, if you're a bit underleveled at this point, you'll probably be leveling up quite a lot in these chapters just due to how strong the enemies are here. Oh wow, you are really dumb. Yes, he went for weapon triangle advantage, but not like that.
If you don't mind.
Not like that matters when he's in the criticals.
Moving on.
And more Cavaliers. You'll notice the enemy always moves their units in a particular order of classes. You know what, I knew she'd get hit there.
Thank you.
Okay, Lucina's going to be ready to promote very, very soon, actually. Yeah, so if you look at this, Lucina is level 16, and she already has better stats than Crom had at level 20. So that just goes to show just how overpowered the children characters are in this game. And of course, the enemies who can't attack anyone are the last to move. Now, there are very few enemies. We cleared out quite a lot of them early on, but the enemies here will actually be moving quite soon. Until then, though... just wondering, because Vake is a little bit... Vake's defense is a bit iffy sometimes. And I think Cordelia can handle a few more enemies, but let's just see. Yeah, his defense is a little bit... because if he goes there, he'll get attacked by that Pegasus Knight, at least a few Cavaliers, and maybe one more. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, it might actually be safe to do that with Vake. Okay, now this is why I equipped Vake with the Volant Axe here. Because it can be used for some very easy...
Looks like Teach just got tenure. Class dismissed.
Oh, wow. I said easy kills on Pegasus Knights, but that... okay, yeah, that's even more overkill. That would have one-shot it anyway, so... oh, wow, Vake, you just love showing off, don't you? Now, at this point, okay, if I rush in... Okay, I want this guy to die because he's a major threat to Shersh, but if I rush in too much, then the general will actually start attacking us, and if I rush in way too much, then this guy will start attacking us. Actually, his Silver Sword's not that dangerous if I, because normally what I like to do here is... Actually, I should probably just do this first. You know what? I should probably have used Virion there. Despite being a physical class... Okay, nice one. Very nice. Despite being a physical class, Virion actually has... Okay, apologies for the cut. My battery nearly ran out there, but should be fine now. Virion actually has surprisingly decent resistance, so he can actually tank these mages better than Shersh can, but... what I actually may want to do now is have Kellum... This is only because I want to get Kellum a little bit more experience. I don't think he's at any risk of dying here, so I'll just get him to take out one of the mages. Because, hey, Kellum needs a little bit more, doesn't he? So, yeah, strength and defense are getting very good there. Now, okay, there's a couple of mages here. I actually like having the Avatar take out that Armor Knight, but in order to do that, I may have to do something kind of tricky. Because I also usually like to have someone go down there and try and handle the Pegasus Knight. Or, I could try and get Pan to do it. Let me just see here. I just want to take a little bit of the pressure off of Vake, that's all. So, I'll just have you stand there. See, if I do transfer, then Crom's going to go to her. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain just what happened before. So, Lucina activated Ether on the last turn. I didn't expect that because, as you can see by the description on the bottom screen, the trigger percentage of Ether is your skill stat over 2. And so, Lucina only has an 11% chance of activating that at the moment. That's still quite high, but it'll get a lot higher later in the game. Ether is the signature skill of the Lord class. Crom's going to learn it at level 5, but Lucina automatically has it from the beginning, hence another one of the reasons why she's better than him. Ether works exactly the way it did in Path of Radiance. And I'll probably... Okay, so... Because Merisu can actually take out this guy alone, so I kind of... If I do this, and then I transfer, that'll give Lucina over to Merisu before she moves, then, yeah, that'll mean that Merisu gets the benefit of Veteran, which I want, because I actually want Merisu to hit level 5 as soon as possible.
You're mine. Thanks.
So, yeah, and we get a chest key. So, I actually want to try and keep this chest key on me. So, I'm going to get rid of the... I don't think I'm going to be using the Iron Sword in this chapter, so I'll just get rid of that. And as for... I don't think anyone desperately needs healing at this point. But I don't think anyone's really in range... I mean, I don't want to put Muriel in range of the Pegasus Knights or anything, so... I mean, Muriel might actually do quite well over that side, or I could... Yeah, I'm just going to go down here and heal.
Thank you.
Now, there are reinforcements in this chapter, just putting that out there, so be careful. And yeah, this is why this guy is extremely worrying. If Shersh had been hit by the Elf Thunder in the first turn, I would have healed her with Libra there. But she didn't get hit, so... Also, complete overkill time.
Yeah, I rule.
Yeah, that was a total waste of the Vulan Axe, but I kind of had to take it. Extra defense is definitely useful for Vake, though. His defense growth is not actually that bad, so... yeah, he does get a bit more durable later. It's just his starting defense that's not so good. And once again, a complete waste of the Vulan Axe, but...
Class dismissed.
I always find the enemy Pegasus Knight voice clips really disturbing for some reason. It's just, I don't know if it, I don't know, I mean, I hope it doesn't sound really sexist to say this or not, but just, hearing female enemies who aren't risen dying, like making those death screams, sometimes gets kind of... And I want to give that to Shersh as soon as possible, but, not going to be able to just yet. Yeah, now this is why I was a little worried about Vake. I'm going to need to heal him soon.
I've got you.
What?
And,
Dead already?
and that would give... Hey, double level up. Great. Vake got magic. Really? And Cordelia didn't get magic. Oh, well. Strength is good from her, though. I mean... Yeah, there'll be another one of these guys.
Stay with me.
Of course, this one actually has weapon triangle disadvantage. Which doesn't matter, because he gets dual guarded anyway.
My turn.
Wait, what does... Oh, she's got a steel lance.
Class dismissed.
You know, I think her lance is going to break now. Yep. There we go. Okay, now they're going to be provoked into coming. Right, so... now we have to be a little bit careful, because there are still some enemies left on these ships, but there are reinforcements on the way. So, we're going to need to watch out here. But I don't think the reinforcements are going to come just yet. This is one of the few chapters in the game where you actually have no warning as to the reinforcements coming, so it can be kind of jerkish if you're not expecting it. Also, you know what, I might actually keep the rapier equipped just in case that guy gets dual-striked by Lucina. So, I haven't explained how Ether works yet. Ether makes you do 2 attacks. The first attack is a soul effect, which is the special skill of heroes in this game, which recovers half the HP of the damage you deal, so that was why Lucina healed herself with that attack. The second hit of Ether has a lunar effect, so calculates damage based on half the enemy's defense. So yeah, Ether is a ridiculously strong skill. And anytime it activates, generally spells death for the enemy, especially since either one of those 2 hits can also critical, and if the Lunar hit criticals, then that does a lot of damage, so yeah, very, very painful. You know what, I would actually go and use Virion here, but actually, as much as I need to heal, you know, I don't care which bow I use here. Might as well just go with Walt's bow.
Where to begin?
Virion will be very, very useful in a few turns, but for now, I'm going to do that just so that I can actually have Muriel go down here and take out a few of these guys. Just because I kind of wanted to get some experience. Will fire be enough? Yes, fire will definitely be enough. Might as well use that.
All will be ready. Why, thank you.
And I didn't have to waste another use of fire. Oh, so close. Like, weirdly enough, I kind of want the second guy to attack Muriel, because I want her to get experience, a lot of experience, but just got to be careful of him. Because, is he gonna... Okay, 38 attack. He might actually one-shot Muriel, so that would be bad. Obviously. Can probably move in to start picking up some of these chests as well. I've actually cleared out these enemies a lot faster than I normally do. So I probably can put... I'm not going to go all the way, because if I did, then this mage would be provoked into attacking someone who couldn't counter him, and so the enemies would just die less quickly. Yeah, those kind of things lead me to mention that... tricks like making sure... Okay, that guy hits really hard. I've got to be careful when I'm provoking him. How much health does Tharia have? Yeah, I'd probably rather let him come to us, honestly. And Crom's just kind of going to sit here. Oh, yeah, Vake. Right. Yeah, I actually, funnily enough... Yeah, I'm actually just going to have him hang back a bit. And I probably want to equip that. Because I actually want Muriel to get hit here. As strange as that sounds. I would have liked a dual guard there, though. Actually, I really hope that...
Desisted once.
Well, that was overkill. I really hope the second mage isn't enough to kill her, actually. Hopefully War Monk's pair-up bonus from Libra gives her enough resistance to survive. Wow! Wow! She gained every stat that matters, basically, because strength is completely worthless to Muriel, because, and leveled up her tomes, nice. Because strength is completely worthless to Muriel, because, any of her physical options suck, so... Well, considering this mage is doing pathetic damage, I think it bodes well for Muriel. Yeah, the only reason I'm letting Marisu do this here is I want her to reach level 5 before the next chapter. And yeah, there is a good reason for that.
Seize the chance.
I don't think Marisu will be able to double this guy without Lucina's pair-up bonus.
Nicely done.
Okay, let's just hope this guy doesn't... Okay. Right, this guy. Okay, he's actually using the tomahawk this time. Now, he will probably die before I get a chance to... He actually didn't die. Okay, I expected a dual strike there. And the mage couldn't even reach Muriel in the first place, so I was worried for nothing. Speaking of which, I may want to pull her back soon, because I think the reinforcements are going to come quite soon. Now, you might notice these little staircases here on the ships. Now, in previous ship chapters in the series, reinforcements would spawn from them. Not in this ship chapter. Those are a complete red herring, so the reinforcements here are actually kind of jerkish. Complete and total red herring, so, But, okay, this guy, just want to talk about this. Now, on the higher difficulty levels, enemies will start having stronger weapon types than they normally would have at this point. So, normally on normal mode, Normally on normal mode, redundancy, this guy has a short axe, and he drops that when you kill him. But on hard mode, they decided that a short axe was not strong enough, so they gave him a tomahawk, the more powerful throwing axe. But here's where they get really jerkish. The enemies still have the same drops as they do on normal mode, so, he actually has a second weapon, a short axe, which he'll drop when we kill him, and naturally we would rather him drop the tomahawk, but, in other games, you could actually manipulate what enemies would drop. I think they drop whatever weapon they didn't have equipped. Not in this game. In this game, they always drop a set weapon, so kind of annoying that. We're getting the short axe regardless. Now, it can be even more jerkish. I've sometimes had this guy actually use the tomahawk instead to attack me. Now, presumably what he's trying to do there is waste uses on the tomahawk so that when I get it, it'll actually have less uses. Yeah, the AI is kind of a jerk in this game sometimes. But anyway, now what I might want to do is actually go over here, and I forget when the first wave of reinforcements appear though, and if Gaius ends up getting mobbed by 3 of them at once, that's actually really, really bad. I'll finish you though.
Together.
And get ripped off and only get his non-tomahawk,
Right.
the short axe. It's still better than a hand axe, and it's still better than the throwing axes that we have at this point, but still, I'd much rather the tomahawk. Anyway, yeah, so from here on, most of the enemies are gone, but that's not going to be the case in a short while, because we need to get ready, and healing Cordelia will be a good start, although I want to heal Vake as well. Because we're about to get ambushed. I mean, it's technically not an ambush when I already know it's coming, but still. What I want here is I kind of want Shersh and Virion, although Shersh is very badly hurt. I want to be in the best position possible for Virion to be able to attack pretty much anything that comes at us. So I'm putting her there, and I think Pan and Gaius are... I can always pick up the chest later. It's not worth the risk to just run in for the chest now. Well, that mage, though, I am a little worried about that mage, and because of Elwind, it's actually a bit of a risk attacking him with Cordelia. I mean, Crom could go there and attack, but the problem with that is that he might end up getting mobbed by reinforcements, and he'll get hit by a Silverlands General, so that's completely out of the question. Ah, if only that guy didn't have the Elwind. In fact, what I should have done here is... Actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I kind of need a... Oh, just short of one-shotting as well. Yeah, actually what I sort of want here is, Crom might as well just head back a bit, and I kind of want him to attack Cordelia, who is going to equip a javelin, so... Right. Kellam and Tharia will get more use later, but, okay, they come from down there first. Yep, so, in case you couldn't tell with me buying Elwind in bulk and telling you you needed Virion in this chapter, okay, that was amazing. I really needed that. I really, really needed that. yeah, this chapter is going to have a lot of Pegasus Knights. Also, at this point, the enemies are going... Well, at least the enemies on this ship, I think if you didn't provoke them earlier, they all start moving now. So this general is going to be rushing us, and he's kind of tough, so... First, though... Can actually... I don't think that guy will be able to attack from there, so... I can actually... go ahead and... have Cordelia attempt to take out a few of these guys, but can I reach any of them with the longbow now that I think about it? Let me just try, although Virion getting hit by a bunch of Pegasus Knights and then a general, not a good plan. So, can I reach with the longbow from here? I can't reach. Okay, if you just see items and not attack, it means that you obviously can't reach, so... Okay, oh, the longbow can only reach from there, so that's actually really annoying. Well, I mean, I can reach from here, but then he'd get hit by a general. So, what I'm actually going to do here is... might actually go and fly down with Cordelia there, except, make sure to... Actually... Might as well do that, and then switch over. And attempt to thin their numbers.
Thank you.
They aren't too much of a threat individually, but in groups, and oh boy, they're going to get even more in groups very, very soon, so... Okay, you attack from there. Oh, right, you have a short spear. Now, okay, yeah, if I do this right, there might be a way for me to actually bait the one with the short spear into having no choice but to attack Virion, which naturally is a monumentally stupid idea if you're a Pegasus Knight, but I could actually try and do that. I just have to pull back, although... You know what? Okay, I'm gonna give this one a bit of a sadistic choice here. I'm gonna leave them no... Okay, yeah, they're gonna be able to go for Calm as well with the Javelin, so... Okay. Now, there are gonna be more enemies incoming very, very soon, so I may actually want to put Pan there. And actually, maybe switch back to Lucina, because her Javelin's gonna be more... Not Javelin. Her, yeah, Rapier is gonna be more useful against... the Pegasus Knights that are going to be incoming in very, very large droves.
Thank you.
At least there are no more mages, so that's a good thing. And Libra God, I think this might be our first rally skill, actually. Rally Luck. You'll see what that does next turn, so... Anyway. Yep, they come from that side next. Yeah, you want to be really good at fitting out these Pegasus Knights because otherwise they're all going to mob you at once, and it's very, very hard to handle that many enemies all at the same time.
Thank me later.
So this is why I like to have Cordelia fly down here and start taking them out in the middle of the ocean. Plus it gives her and Vake some more screen time. And plus, Vake is really, really good in this chapter too. Okay, can I longbow any of them? I can longbow exactly one of them. But they... Okay, here's the problem. They all double Virion, so that is probably not the best course of action here. And speaking of best course of action here, as much as I would like to... Actually, I think the best course of action is to magic him with Mary Sue. Because I would like to have Muriel get the kill here, but that's utter suicide with all these Pegasus Knights flying around. How much do you do with your rapier? Yeah, you get hit way too hard in return, so not doing that. And yeah, this guy is actually surprisingly bulky against both magic and physical attacks, and I have no chance of critting even with Thunder, so... Yeah, this guy, you'll see why I didn't want to provoke him earlier.
Allow me.
And if he also had Rally Defense...
You will not stop me. strategy.
Did Lucina's rapier only do 10 damage? That seems kind of odd. But anyway, yeah, I really, as much as I really want a longbow one of them, the others would, okay, let's see, 22 attack, 22 attack. Wait, no, 22 and 21. Virion has 15 defense with the Shursh pair up, so that would be, yeah, 22 minus 15. That would be 7. They double him, and 14 from both of them is kind of going to be, yeah. Wait a minute, it'd be 14 and 13. Or 14 and 12, because one of them will be doing... You know, he may actually survive that, but it still doesn't look good on camera to have an archer being massively ganged up on by enemies that he can't counter, so I might not do that. That's unfortunate, the lack of a dual strike there. Now I have to be a little bit more careful. For the most part, though, I'm probably fine around here. I just kind of want to leave Crom out of this. Oh, and I can't longbow that one either. Actually, I may as well do this. So, this is what the rally skills do. For the rest of this turn, everyone who was within 3 spaces of Libra, he had to give up his turn for this though, everyone who was within 3 spaces of Libra gets +7 to luck. Rally luck is, well, +8. Rally luck is unique. Most of the other rally skills only give +5, but rally luck gives +7 because luck, you generally need a bigger amount of luck to actually have it make a difference than for other stats. But as you can see, everyone around Libra now has a lot more luck than normal, so this is useful if you're dealing with very high critical enemies or other things like that. Or if you just want to dodge slightly more, although rally speed is a bit better for doing that. Actually leaving Kellum here mostly because I think these guys might rush us soon. Also, even more Pegasus Knights are in fact incoming, so... Yeah, I don't think these are any threat to Shursh, so I might actually switch back to her here. Okay. Yeah, more for... Oh, crap. Right. I need to worry about Crom now. Yeah, I knew that more came from above. I just didn't know that they'd be within range of Crom immediately. And I really hoped that you wouldn't attack Libra. But at least he didn't critical. And you attack Mary Sue, which is what I kind of hoped for. Yeah, not good enough. Okay, right now I am a little... Oh, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all. These Pegasus Knights suck. Crom kind of sucks too, but still. Oh wow, they suck even more than I thought they did. Wow, you are annoying. Yeah, I knew it, they're incoming. And yeah, that's why I left Kellum down here to hold down the fort, because we're going to need to do some kind of tricky maneuvering here. We have Pegasus Knights swarming all over the deck, and things are about to get even worse with these guys. And that's why I had Kellum here, because I can Beast Killer you. Kellum gets doubled, but is it actually best to Beast Killer that guy, or to... Because here's the thing, what I might actually need to do here is, I may actually need to put Vake back here and attempt to hammer this guy, though he does need healing desperately. Because that will actually kill him. Okay, firstly, well, you're just right in the way, aren't you? Fortunately, Mary Sue has a solution.
Seize the chance. That's it.
And you're really close to level 5, aren't you? Okay, now, Pan can pretty much insta-kill one of these guys. Though, I don't want her getting hit by that Silver Axe, so I would rather insta-kill that. Crom, instead, might actually go down here and rapier this guy. Girl.
Best of luck.
Is he getting support from Shersh? Interesting. I'll try to keep Crom's levels up with the rest of the team a little bit. I'm just kind of grinding Mary Sue at the moment. And yeah, so Pan is going to insta-kill you. Not quite insta-kill, but insta-1 round.
Do we have to?
Yes, yes, Gaius, you do have to, because otherwise we'll have even more of these annoying things swarming us. Speaking of which, Gaius, you have not been cooperative with your dual strikes this chapter. I'm disappointed. I'm not disappointed in you, Pan. You're amazing. Okay, so that's another one down. You see, the Pegasus Knights really only inflict chip damage on you at best, but the problem is that chip damage will add up. I could attempt to Nosferatu him, but how does Tharia do dealing with you? I mean, you're not a threat, but you are. Actually, I may attempt this. Let's just equip a better weapon on Kellum, though. Well, better weapon for this situation. This music is still amazing. Unfortunately, Tharia's hit rate is very shaky, but then that happened. Enduring a critical hit from magic, though, yeah, these generals are actually quite dangerous. And with that, that makes things a little easier for me. Though I really don't want... Wow, Shersh actually does a lot of damage to that guy. Yeah, thing is, I could just insta-kill that one. But I'd probably much rather block off that guy from moving any further, so... Yeah, what I want to do is do that, and then I want to heal him, because otherwise, he is kind of in danger. Yeah, the cool thing about Libra, though, is he's very, very durable for a healer, so I don't need to worry about putting him in the range of all of these Pegasus Knights. That's definitely one advantage of Libra. Speaking of which, okay, we're going to get hit by quite a few Pegasus Knights no matter what we do. I want to prioritize the ones with the Steel Lancers because they can actually kind of hurt us. Yeah, the short spears are pretty much pathetic, but make sure that you can't attack Libra either. Not Libra, Virion. Actually going to longbow from here because I really don't want to be in range of 3 Pegasus Knights. Okay, that is insane.
It was a thing of beauty.
Yes, it was. For once, you're not exaggerating. 2%. I mean, it was completely unnecessary, and hey, you gained speed. See, I told you that Shersh was a good influence on him. But yeah, I wanted to do this and equip the hammer. Because, yeah, that... Ow!
Have another.
Vake's defense is extremely shaky at this point in the game. And I really do not want a Pegasus Knight to attempt to ruin his day. I think the only ones left have only... Okay.
I'll keep you safe.
Oh, they only do 4. That's not going to be enough. Or you could just do that. And you could also... Wow. It's gang up on the bunny day or something. Okay, now we can basically just get rid of all these Pegasus Knights whenever we want to. So, this chapter is pretty much over, because the boss doesn't actually move or anything, so... let's just attempt for Gaius to do something useful here. Might actually need to grind him off chapter.
That was tasty.
And level up. Actually pretty nice, especially that defense. And Virion here basically just chooses who goes down.
Time to tidy up.
Fancy that.
See, here's where archers can actually be kind of useful. And now there's only one more enemy left, and I think Kellum actually... Wait, no, Muriel needs it more. I don't think there are any more reinforcements, but I really hope I'm not wrong. These two are going to focus on the boss, who I'll talk about later, but first... Oh, right, you... I've got a 100% chance of hitting with wind, that's fine. And that, I think, is pretty much everything. So all that's left is to get these chests. Unfortunately, only a few enemies drop the chest key, so I'm going to have to stall out this map until Gaius and Pan can get to most of them. As much as that hammer would be useful against the boss, I kind of don't want to, well, Vake's already over-leveled as it is. Yeah, no more Pegasus Knights, that's good. So, what I'm actually going to do, though, is I'm actually going to heal Church, because I'm actually going to use her for the boss. Mainly because normally Church levels up a lot more than this in this chapter, so she actually didn't really do all that much. Also, please support bonus. No. Glassbow, otherwise known as if you want to completely overkill Pegasus Knights. Recover Staff, you definitely want to get your hands on that. That's a full heal staff, so might want to save that for a bit later on in the game. Of course, later on we'll actually be able to buy them, but oh well. Okay, now you'll get this, which is a medium bullion. Not really that necessary, but still. Okay, who here... Actually, I'll let Libra and Muriel take the last event tile, because hopefully they'll get a support bonus.
Nice.
Okay, there. And this boss is actually kind of annoying, so... But I'll have to not deal with him until I get the last chest, because otherwise the chapter could just end prematurely, and I don't want that. Wait, Gaius has 6 move, Pan has 7, so I'll move her there. And just more experience healing. Yeah, I'll get to the boss later. I think Pan will be at the chest next turn. There we go. Second seal. That could actually be kind of useful for Pan soon. I'll talk about that maybe like next chapter or something. I'm kind of thinking of possibly reclassing her. Anyway, I didn't really do that all that efficiently, but speaking of efficiency, I recently watched... I was going to mention this earlier, but I recently watched a Radiant Dawn speedrun on Awesome Games Done Quick 2015. Any of you who are fans of Fire Emblem, I highly recommend checking it out. It is really fun to watch. Well, I mean, it's basically more like Radiant Dawn breaks the game, but oh well. So, we have Ignatius the boss here. Valiant and unyielding, because, well, I mean, he's a general. But he's got a spear, so he does have 1 to 2 range, so he doesn't actually move. His strength and defense are very, very high, so you want to usually attack him with magic and the like, but his speed is actually high enough to avoid being doubled by quite a lot of things. You need more than... and he's doubling Kellum as well, so... you need more than 20 speed to double him, which is actually quite high. Yeah, the bosses on the higher difficulties actually start having pretty good stats, so this can actually be kind of difficult. Yeah, I probably want to not attack him with Tharia, just do that. Okay, 14. If he hits Shursh again, that won't kill, so I can safely use the hammer. You certainly don't look like a pirate to me, but oh well. Okay, if I got the 1% critical there, that would have been hilarious. And we don't need to do anything else with the rest of our army. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd go for Tharia.
I can help.
Speaking of which, a lot of people are saying that I'm pronouncing her name wrong, and there's that shaky accuracy that she has. It must be instinct, because her Japanese name is Saria, which has an I in it, so I kind of almost instinctively add an I whenever I say it. I'm trying to say Tharia. Wait, Tharia. Yeah, it's an instinct. I say the A all the time. The I mean. Tharia. Yeah, it sounds like I say an I. It's weird. I don't know. It might be also me being Australian, but anyway. This guy is probably going to go down this turn. I kind of just want a little bit of experience for Callum, actually.
Get on with it.
Come to think of it, though... Armor Knight double attack animations look so stupid in this game, and I just realized that if Shursh misses with her hammer here, and I'm fine, she won't miss with her hammer. If she did, then Kellum may have died, but... Strike me down, and 10 more will take my place. You have lost. Hail Hydra! I mean, Walhart! I mean, whatever. Oh. But a weapon level up, at least. And another Master Seal. I mean, we can buy these now, so... yeah, not really that useful, them handing them out to us, but yeah.
Right.
So, their general has finally fallen, as has everyone else in their ship. See, I told you that that's how things work in Fire Emblem. Quality over quantity. We are outnumbered, but our troops individually are massively much more powerful than theirs.
Are you ready?
Okay. In order to destroy Valm's fleet, there's only one thing we can do. We have to start a flame war. Any second now.
On my mark.
Steady. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I like Phoenix mode! And thus, the Flame War begins. Valmese and Elysian, guilty and innocent, all shall die. Hang on a minute, wait, is this really what we wanted to do?
Very nice.
So, yes, we deserted half our vessels, turned them into flaming cannonballs, and turned the entire sea into a giant flame war. And I'm really surprised that none of our troops didn't just horribly burn to death when they jumped out of the ships, but oh well. Yes, they never considered anyone would be brave enough to attempt to start a flame war.
Right.
Oh, great.
Yes.
And full speed away from the flame war, lest we get caught up in it. So, that's that chapter down. Finally, I'm glad to be back with this. Next time, we actually will not be continuing with the main story. We'll be going on to do something a little bit different. So, I'll see you next time.